Alright, so this is really our last chance because next gen is right around the corner. There's only so many more times we can do this. Leave a like on this video for NBA 2K21 to finally fix their servers for next gen, man. We've been waiting for them to fix their servers forever. It's only right. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Fizz back in yet another video today. I'm gonna be coming at you guys with the best 99 overall method in NBA 2K21. This is going to be the last time I update this for y'all boys on current gen. We did this over a month ago. I did it in the first week. I grinded so hard to make that video. It took me forever to make that video, and y'all got 100K plus in the first month. So it's only right, man. It's only right that I update this joint and give you guys even more info this time. I'm gonna be going over the best method, the best settings. I'm gonna go over the best methods for the hit 95, depending on what type of build you have, which is gonna be important. We're gonna give you the tips on that also. I'm gonna also be giving you guys the best method to hit 99. I'm gonna give you guys the best settings for both of these methods. I'm also gonna be giving you guys bad suggestions for as you're getting badge upgrades during going for 99. You're gonna be getting the badge upgrades, so I'm gonna tell you guys what badges you wanna put on to help you reach 99 or 95 as fast as possible. I'm gonna be going over all that in this one video. So yeah, leave a like if you're trying to help me in any way, help the video go out to a lot more people. These videos take forever to make, so it really would be appreciated if you left a like. Subscribe if you're new. We on this road to 100K, so yeah, please subscribe if you are new. But yeah, there's gonna be a code within this video somewhere. I'm not gonna help y'all this time again. This might be a little bit longer of a video, but I'm not gonna help you all again. You got to find that code. It's gonna be randomly placed within the video. So within the video, you gotta just find that code. And yeah, you're gonna be able to get you 2 different codes for sure. At least 2 codes are in this video, so I just want to make that known. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead, hop straight into it.
I got digital dash camera with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flood it with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, right through your block and I drop off the top. And I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say.
Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple. Alright, so first things first, before we go over anything, this is going to be the most important note in this video that's not regarding a method. You want to know this. When it comes to going for 99, whatever badges or category you get Hall of Fame, you're going to be able to get more XP for that particular category than you would for anything else. So say for instance, you made like a play slasher. You got to go for playmaking and slashing abilities, like type stuff. So you want to go for like stuff for that category. So I'm gonna have 4 different categories to reach 95 as fast as possible. When I'm talking about that type of stuff, you need to mainly focus about playmaking and finishing. When it comes to, if you have like a play shot, you want to go for playmaking and shooting. If you have like a rebound or paint beast, if you have it blue-red, you want to be mainly worried about finishing and defensive. If you have just a regular paint beast, you want to just worry about defense. I just want to make sure that people understand that you're going to get way more XP if you focus on that specific category when you're going for 95, because you can get the most XP possible. And this is the whole point of this video, making sure that you get the most potential XP possible every single time. That is a big key to hitting 99 as soon as possible. All right, next is going to be the settings. So the settings can vary a lot of different ways. Now, if you're going for shooting badges, you could definitely go pro. But when it comes to trying to hit 95 as soon as possible, I would put it to Hall of Fame 12-minute quarters every single time, because Hall of Fame is going to give you a multiplier for your total my points. And 12 minutes is going to be the longest duration that you can play within one game. So that's going to be helping you get as much my points per game possible. Now, if you're trying to get like certain badges with it and you're trying to go for shooting, it's going to be a lot easier to shoot on Pro, a lot easier than it is on Hall of Fame. Now, for me personally, as I've gotten better and better at the game, it's not the biggest difference when it comes to shooting. It's just a lot better defense on Hall of Fame. So that's what I would say. I will not lie. When it comes to being able to throw lobs and get contact done, some reason it is easier on Hall of Fame than it is on Pro. I don't know why, but it is. But yeah, if you're a defender, you definitely don't want to play on Pro because the defense make everything. Like the other team will make every shot pretty much on Pro or All-Star. I don't know what it is, how 2K did it, but I guess they messed with the settings a lot when they was trying to patch that earlier in the year. So yeah, that's how it is now. But yeah, the best settings I would go for is Hall of Fame and 12-minute quarters. Alright, so let's hop straight into the badge method. So the best method for the finishing is going to be first. So when it comes to all these different things, there are going to be certain things that you want to go for the most. When it comes to finishing, you want to go for contact finishers or contact finishes, lob finishes, so pretty much catching an alley-oop and dunking it or laying it up. Or you want to go for floaters. Now, those are the top 3 things that you can get the most XP for. My people put me on to that floater stuff. I wasn't really working with that, but as I did more research and went more into it, you can get a lot of XP for floaters. Now, the only thing about floaters is very risky. It's like shooting. The more you miss, the less XP you're going to get. So that's why I would say still go for lobs and contact dunks as much as possible. So when it comes to getting contact dunks, what I did was I did pick and roll every single situation. I was going for playmaking and finishing on my build, so I would go for pick and roll. If my person rolled perfectly, I threw the lob. If I had an opportunity to get a contact dunk, I just caught it. On the fast breaks, I would make sure to throw lobs to myself or call for a lob. You can do that very, very easily in this game. Very, very easily. You can play passing lanes on defense. You can do all different type of stuff on defense to be able to get that. Now, if you want more possessions possible on defense, you can go to a half-court trap. You can go to a 2-3 zone. You can go to a 3-2 zone. If you go into a certain zone, you can have easier passing lanes. I played man-to-man at all times the whole time during me doing this because when it came to them trying to pass my man the ball, I just made sure I got to steal every single time on them passing lanes. I even got a lot more bump steals when I was in zone. It just depends on how you're trying to play. If you want to get more bump steals, play people full court and not get like leave assignment like that all the time, put it into a zone. You want to get as many possessions as possible, go to half-court trap. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be making them trap and have a wide-open dunk or just have a turnover every single time. It really just depends on how they're playing it. But yeah, let's go over how to pretty get contact dunks at the highest rate. I have a whole method on how to get contact dunks at a high rate, so that's going to pretty much be a better video to go in more detail. But if you want to get contact dunks, the main things you want to worry about. You want to worry about the trigger point, speed boosting, and just having the right stuff on. So when it comes to the trigger point, I make sure to go, it's like a circle for the free throw line and a circle in the paint, which is called the restriction. I try to make sure I'm going for the contact dunk, like pressing X or going down on the analog for the contact dunk at the exact right moment within those 2 circles. So yeah, you got to make sure that's the perfect trigger point. When it comes to speed boosting, you need to find the fastest speed boost for your build. So pretty much almost every build in this game can do the teleport speed boost glitch. So yeah, just look that up and that's going to be the easiest way to speed boost on any build. And that's going to be the fastest speed boost on any build. So if you get a lot of speed on your build to be able to get a contact dunk, you're going to get a contact dunk at a very high rate. And if you get to the trigger point at the right time and you time it perfectly every time, you're going to get a contact dunk pretty much at a high rate too. So yeah, all that stuff right there is very important. Now when it comes to like certain things, you're gonna get an added bonus onto your ability to get contact dunks if you have slasher takeover. But if you have contact finisher, every single time you go up, that's gonna be 15%. If you have the contact dunks ball, that's gonna be 20% chance of a contact dunk. So yeah, that's gonna be very important. Now when it comes to getting these contact dunks, there is a limit to how many contact dunks you wanna go for. So I'm gonna say you want to make sure you're going for around 15 to 25 contact dunks a game. I would probably limit myself to 15. If you get 15 contact dunks, you want to move on to the next thing. The next thing would be lobs. So you can do lobs in half court if you want to. It's going to be a lot harder and it's going to be a lot more turnovers and a lot more misses. But the best way to get lobs is on fast breaks. So if you want to get a lot more fast breaks, you can go to a zone like I was saying. get to a 2-3-3-2, or you can play man and just play passing lane every single time. So what I do is I do zone to get bump steals and play passing lane, and that's going to help you get a lot more fast breaks. But also, if you're in a zone, they're going to be leaving the corners wide open more than likely, and they don't make that a lot. So as soon as you see somebody shoot, just leak out, spam A or X for the ball on a fast break and throw yourself a lob. That's going to be the best way. Every single time you get on a fast break, throw yourself a lob or call for the lob. If you want to call for a lob, it's the same thing as if you're throwing it to somebody else. Just double tap wide or triangle. It's that simple. So Lob City Finisher will help that. I'm going to be going over bad suggestions at the end of the video. Those aren't bad you necessarily have to have. It just helps you to do these methods at a higher rate. So yeah, with that being said, there is a limit to lobs. It's not 15 though. I would say get around 20 to 25. So as soon as you get 20 lobs, that's when I would stop. Next, you can go for any type of acrobatic layup. Any type of acrobatic layup, whether it's a Euro, hop step, spin layup, anything like that, you're gonna be able to get a lot more XP than you would. Now, when it comes to anything in this game is based off of XP. Now, when it comes to all these layups, it's actually based off of making or miss. Even if it's a contact layup, a Euro layup, a spin layup, a hop step layup, or even a floater. Now, people were saying floaters because they're actually a lot, like, it's a lot harder to get contested on floaters in a way if you really know what you're doing. Euros, hop steps, and spins, those are really animation based, but if you know your timing on your floater, you can actually get a lot of XP because it's based off your make and miss. If you actually are able to make your floaters go like 15 for 15 or even like 13 for 15, you can get a lot of XP for that. So I just want people to understand that you can get a lot of XP for that type of stuff. Another thing when it comes to the finishing, last but not least, this is gonna be the last thing, when it comes to getting dunks. Any type of dunk, even if you're not getting a contact dunk, any type of dunk, whether it's a spin dunk, anything, it's gonna just be called like a regular dunk. So you're gonna be getting XP for every dunk you do. So yeah, I just want people to understand that also. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much all the ways you can get XP and the most XP possible. All right, next is going to be the best shooting badge method. So this is gonna be for people that have shooting Hall of Fame badges. I didn't say that in the finishing, but I'll make sure I say that for here on out. But yeah, for people that have shooting, there's gonna be very important things for you. You want to do off dribbles or limitless threes. You don't really want to worry about anything else when it comes to shooting. Now, I will say, when it comes to shooting, everything is based off of a miss to make scale. So pretty much the more you miss, the less XP you get. It's just that simple. So yeah, you want to make sure that's based off of that. Now, when it comes to off the dribbles, you got off the dribble mid ranges and off the dribble threes. If you do off the dribble threes, you get more than you would on off the dribble mid ranges. If you're doing regular threes, catch and shoot threes, you're gonna get XP for that also. But you really want to worry about limitless threes. So if you're doing catch and shoot threes from limitless, you can get double the points because you're gonna get catch and shoot and you're gonna get limitless threes. And you know what I'm saying? And if you're doing limitless threes and it's off the dribble, you're gonna get even more XP because you're getting the off the dribble three and you're getting limitless three. So yeah, it's a lot of different ways you can get XP in this game. So with that being said, what are the methods to get it? So what I try to do every single time is try to make sure I get, when I come up the court, if I'm in a half court situation, I try to make sure I call ISO and I walk it up the court, and as soon as I get up the court, I do a snatch back and shoot. It's gonna be a wide open shot every single time, and even if it's not, you still have a chance of greening it every single time, but you gotta do it at the perfect point. You gotta watch how I'm doing it to make sure that you're doing it at the perfect point. So that's how I get my limitless threes when it comes to getting my fades. You can do the Curry slide to even get a lot of opportunities, but I'm gonna talk about that when I go over the pick and roll. But yeah, when it comes to doing it like this, I just make sure I do a snatchback and I do a pull every single time. Now, when it comes to doing the screens, when you do the screens, you can do Curry slide and get limitless threes and just do standstills if you're not really comfortable doing off the dribbles. But if you want to do off the dribbles with deep threes, what you want to do is just call for a screen and just run to a point and shoot a fade. Call for a screen, run to a point and shoot a fade. Make sure it's behind the hash. Everything behind the hash, you're gonna see two hashes on the sides. Everything behind those hashes is gonna count as limitless threes. So I want you to understand that everything behind those hashes is gonna count. So if you do a fade behind that, you're gonna get points for fades and limitless threes. So that's very important for all the people that's really mainly worried about that. Next, it's going to be people that just trying to be able to get open shots because they don't have the best. I don't know why you would be trying to do this, but yeah. There's another way you can do it. You can literally pass the ball, catch the ball and shoot it instantly. If that doesn't work, you can pass the ball, get the ball back, and get into your triple threat. And you want to keep jabbing until the person backs up, and then you want to shoot. Now, sometimes when you're doing that, they gonna pretty much bait you into shooting, so you got to be paying attention to that. Pay a high attention to that, because if you don't pay enough attention to that, you will be getting contested. Like I said, last but not least, I'm gonna go over this again. What's the most important things? The most important things is limitless threes and off the dribble shots. So pretty much you're gonna get more for off the dribble threes than you will for off the dribble middies, but you can get still a lot of XP for off the dribble middies. So yeah, you want to take advantage of all that type of stuff. Now, there's not gonna be every situation, you're not gonna be actually able to even get threes. So when they actually playing the threes hard and you're getting contested a lot, you want to start taking those off the dribble middies, because if you start working it off the dribble middies with your off the dribble threes and your deep threes, it's gonna really make it a lot harder for the CPUs to guard you. So yeah, just make sure you do that. Just make sure you use your IQ to do that type of stuff. But yeah, like I said, last but not least is going to be, I want to go over this one more time. This is the very, very important, this is the most important part. The more you miss, the less XP you get. So make sure you take the best shot possible, because every single time, if you missing, that's going to be hurting your XP for that game. And we're trying to get to 95 as soon as possible, so we don't want to miss. It's that simple. So yeah, that's going to be the best shooting badge method for people that's trying to grind to 95. All right, next is going to be the playmaking badge method. So when it comes to playmaking, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. You got lobs and you got flashy passes. You don't really want to worry about too much other stuff. The only other thing I would say is attack assist, but that's going to go along with lobs and flashy passes. So when it comes to lobs, I want to go ahead and get this out the way, because when it comes to shooting, the cat breaker, it doesn't really matter on the cat breakers when it comes to shooting. That's why I didn't mention anything on the shooting. But when it comes to the playmaking, you want to make sure that you throw around 25 lobs. You want to make sure you throw around 25 flashes. Then after that, you don't really have to worry about throwing lobs. You can just throw regular plays, you know what I'm saying? Just play regular at that point, because that's like the cat breaker. And when I say this cat breaker stuff, I don't know if I mentioned this yet. You're going to get a lot less XP than you regularly would either way. So, just make sure when I say this cat breaker stuff, you need to pay attention to that. Just want people to understand that. So, when it comes to the lobs, when it comes to that, the most important thing is you want to make sure that you have a very good opportunity to throw a lob and a very good opportunity for them to make the lob, dunk, or layup. So, lobs are actually very overpowered in this game. Very overpowered. And that's the best way you can get playmaking badges. So, why not do a lob? So, when it comes to throwing lobs, you can do pick and rolls. Now, there's ways that you can make the CPU cut instantly. There's ways that you can make the CPU roll differently, or you can make them pop if you want to do a flashy. This is how I do it sometimes. I went to the Mavericks so I could do pick and pops with Kristaps Porzingis. You can go to whatever team you want, but that's where I went to be able to do mine. He's like the perfect person to be able to roll and pop. That's why I did that. So yeah, when it comes to doing the pick and pops, I make sure that I call for a screen. I try to make sure he's setting the screen towards the side where there's really nobody on. So pretty much when you're doing a pick and roll and you play for a certain team, the person that's going to be in the paint is the person that you want to call the screen for, because everybody else is going to space out. So you're going to have a person in the corner, a person in the other corner, and you're going to have somebody on the hash. You want to make sure he sets a screen on the side where there's nobody on the hash. So if you want to go that way, you're going to have space to go that way. Now, depending on how his person plays it, if his person is playing towards the side, if he's playing towards the right of where he's setting the screen, you want to just run straight. You don't even want to use the screen, because if you just run straight, the person that's setting the screen for you will just cut for you 9 times out of 10. Sometimes they do some stupid stuff. That's just 2K. You can't do nothing about it. But 9 times out of 10, they're going to cut with you, and they're going to have a wide open lob for you every single time. So that's a very easy way to get it. But if they're giving you that side, make sure they set the screen, and then as the person is trying to help, you know what I'm saying, throw them the lob. Now, I'm not going to say you're not going to get turnovers doing this. You are going to get turnovers doing this. When it comes to throwing lobs, it's a lot of different factors. They can catch the ball. Your person can literally just not catch the ball. Your person can just throw a terrible pass. It's a lot of different factors when it comes to throwing lobs. But I want you to understand, pick and roll lobs are the easiest lobs to do. Now, when it comes to fast breaks, anytime you have a fast break, you can just throw a lob. If somebody's running fast break with you, just throw the lob. It's that simple. It doesn't really even matter who it is. You don't have to have them dunk it. As long as you do a lob, you're going to get a lot more. Now, another thing when it comes to throwing lobs, you're going to get more XP for every lob you're going to get. You want to make sure you're driving to the goal when throwing these lobs, because if you drive to the goal, they're going to count that as an attack assist. So that's going to go on top of those lob assists. So that's actually very paramount to be able to get more lobs. That's simple. So yeah, like I said, there is a cap breaker for lob. There is 25. So after you get those 25 lob assists, you want to be worried about flashy pass assists. Flashy pass assists is the next best thing to get. So when it comes to getting flashy pass assists, you want to go for pretty much flashy passes every single time. So whether you're doing pick and pops, this is when I would do pick and pops. That's when you try to throw people off guard with the pick and pops. So when you're going for lobs, you're going to be doing a lot of lobs. So like I was saying, when it comes to going for flashy passes, you want to throw flashy passes when they have free lanes or when they have a wide open shot. So pretty much when it comes to going for lobs, they're not going to just be people helping. There's going to be a lot of people helping on lobs. So pretty much, say for instance, the person that's guarding your screen, the person that's guarding you. The person that's guarding you gets screened, or they don't get screened, but they're still playing the defense pretty well. But the person that's guarding the screener doesn't play good defense, they might help some, so you can't even get that lob off. So when the people that's helping off like the corners and the hash, you gotta sometimes hit those people on the corner and on the hash. It's just that simple. So on those times, you want to do flashy passes. That's gonna be an opportunity to get a flashy pass assist. Now also, like I was saying, when you do the pick and roll and they helping a little bit too much and they getting free lanes for the cut, that's when you can do a flashy pass. Another time when you can do flashy passes, this is gonna be actually important, because in micro, what happens a lot, you get double teamed. So when you get double teamed, you want to be able to throw those flashy passes into the paint. You gotta be patient with it, because you're gonna have an opportunity to have a wide open layup in the paint every single time if you be patient enough. Now you will get the ball picked up too a lot, so just be patient, but don't be too patient. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you gotta make sure you take advantage of all that type of stuff. And also, you can just start doing pick and pops instead of doing pick and rolls. It's just gonna be a way less percentage of people to do that. Now, when it comes to getting flashy passes, you can play on pro. They're gonna hit a lot more shots, but you're not gonna get as much total XP. You probably get more for playmaking badge, but you just won't get more total. I wouldn't even say you get more for the playmaking badge. I would just say if you want people to hit more shots off flashy passes, pro would be easier. But Hall of Fame is just really random on how they hit this shot and how they don't, to be honest. Just depending on what team you're on. But yeah, those are pretty much the two most important things when it comes to the playmaking. Like I said, lob city passes or lob passes, that you want to go around 25. After you get 25, stop. You want to go for flashy passes next. After you get 25, stop. You can just play regular at that point. But when it comes to getting all that type of stuff, you want to be making sure you're running towards the goals that you count as an attack assist, so it's like double the points. So yeah, that's the key things I would say for the playmaking badge method, or the best 95 overall method for people that has playmaking Hall of Fame, should I say. And all right, last but not least, it's going to be the defensive method for the people that's on the road to 95 overall. When it comes to the defense, it's pretty simple and cut and dry. You want to get into certain defensive formations for these methods, because it's really simple. It's really simple. When I tell you how to get the most XP you can get is blocks, steals, and rebounds. Now, there are different types of blocks you can get. There are different types of steals you can get. You can get poke ball loose. You can get passing lane steals. You can get chase down blocks. You can get all different types of block animations that's going to get you more XP. Now, if you want to get more chase down blocks, then that's going to have to be like, you can pretty much force them to have fast breaks. So you can pretty much use like some cheesy stuff like throw lobs and just help them, just give them free fast breaks. You know what I'm saying? And just try to get chase down block every time. You could do that. But I would just go into a zone. The way I would do it, I would just go into a zone. If I'm a guard, I would go into a zone and just pretty much bait the passing lane. Now, when I say bait the passing lane, that means don't get all up on your man denying him the ball. Get away from him so that they will pass him the ball, and then as soon as they pass him the ball, try to jump it. When I say jump, as soon as you see them passing, you gotta start running towards the passing lane. Hold X or square, and you're gonna be able to get that passing lane steal, and you're gonna have a free fast break every single time off that. It's just that simple. That's a very easy way to get that. Now, another thing is, when it comes to getting steals, you want to get bump steals. A lot of bump steals, because every steal will count. Every single steal will count. Now, poke ball loose is not necessarily a steal. They have steals and blocks, but poke ball loose is going to be getting more on top of steals. So if you get like a pickpocket, like you picking somebody's pocket, like legit picking somebody's pocket, anytime you poke ball loose, You know what I'm saying? You can get extra XP for that if you also get the steal. So yeah, that's very important. You want to make sure that you get those bump steals as much as possible. Now, when I go for my bump steals, I try to do it in the full court press. So anytime somebody's bringing up the ball, I try to get a bump steal on that, and you can get as many of those as possible. You're going to get a lot more XP. Now, with that being said, the easiest ways to get bump steals is playing like in a defense like a 2-3 or a 3-2. You know what I'm saying? So you can play full court a lot without having like the negatives of like leave assignments, spamming your screen every single time you just leave your assignment. So yeah. Now, when they get into the half court, that's when I would start trying to bait the passing lane. Like when I say bait, playing off the person, hoping that they pass to them, and then trying to jump the passing lane. Just that simple. So when it comes to being a big man, the easiest way I would say is just giving them free fast breaks to get chased down blocks. But if you're a big man, just try to play the best defense possible. Try to like let your man, like leave your man open, and then when he tries to go into the post, just try to play the best defense possible and try to go for a block every single time. If you get fouls, you get fouls, but try to go for a block every single time. Also, when it comes to the big man, try to get every board that you see, every shot that you see go up, go for the board. Every single shot. On guards, you can get 10 rebounds easily. On big man, you should be able to get way more rebounds than 10. Way more, because you already in the paint. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot easier for you. It's just that simple. So yeah, for defense, it's pretty cut and dry. Go for steals, blocks, rebounds. Now there are different types of steals, there are different types of blocks. When it comes to rebounds, it's pretty much regular. Now there's a lot of other things when it comes to like body contact, wins and losses, all different type of stuff. You can even get some other stuff for like screen assists and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much the best way to get to 95 for people that have defensive Hall of Fame. All right, right here, I'm gonna try to do this real quick because this is important, but at the same time, this is gonna just be here to help you get as much XP possible. Now, if you're going for the most XP possible, sometimes you don't have to go for a practice facility, but if you want to get the most XP possible after every game, go to the practice training facility. You know what I'm saying? Go there every single time, the team practice facility, whatever it's called, go there. If you have no drills, just do the coach drills, because you're going to get ×2 for all that type of stuff you can do. Just do that. Get as much XP as possible in those drills. And that's going to still be based off of what your build is. So if you have shooting Hall of Fame, you want to go for the shooting, the stuff I was saying on shooting, that's important. You want to go for that stuff in that drill. Same thing with playmaking, same thing with defensive, same thing with finishing. You want to take advantage of all that type of stuff. Now, when it comes to these practices, you can also get ×3 when a legend's there. So you want to take advantage of all these type of opportunities. Now, you're not always going to have that. You're going to have pretty much most of the time, you're going to just be able to do your own drills. So when it comes to that type of stuff, you want to make sure you go for the ones that get you 750. So for defense, I would do the pick reaction, screen reaction. For playmaking, I do one-man fast break, but a lot of people do outlet passes. So whichever one is easier for you, do that. When it comes to shooting, you want to do free throw golf. That's just simple. It doesn't matter what build you are, you can get 750 on that every single time very easily. Then when it comes to finishing, I think it's called acrobatic layups. It's either acrobatic layups or contested finishes. I think it's contested finishes. So yeah, you want to make sure you do those drills. Take advantage of your ×3 practice facility drills. Anytime, if you want to know when it's ×2 or ×3 for the coach and you get coach stuff, it's going to be showing up red. Anytime it's just nothing, you're just going to have blue, and you just got to do your own drills. So if you want to take advantage of that, those are the best drills, and yeah, that's the best tips I can give you for that. All right, now that we got everything out the way for reaching 95, we're now on that 99 grind. So let me tell you guys the best settings to hit 99. 95, you're just trying to get the most XP possible, but now we're trying to get 99.9 every single time and get it the quickest way possible so that we can get through these games as fast as possible. So what we do is we put that joint on 5-minute quarters and on pro difficulty. So yeah, it's just that simple. For some people, I ain't gonna lie, pro difficulty is actually harder because the other team hits everything. So if you feel like you got comfortable with Hall of Fame, play on Hall of Fame. It's actually gonna make you a better player because it's gonna be a lot harder to get open. That's gonna still help you be an even better player. But if you just worry about get to 99 as fast as possible, just go ahead and put that joint on pro 5-minute quarters. And all right, next, the tips to be able to hit 99 overall as fast as possible. This year, there's no reason to really even go for 99.9. There's no extra bonus plus attribute that you can even get. So I just want y'all to understand that. So when it comes to hitting 99, the best method tips, get the best teammate grade possible, limit your fouls, limit your turnovers, and if you can sim out of a game, do that. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the fastest way to get it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go for as high of a teammate grade possible. I'm not saying you have to have an A+ or an A every time, but try to get a B+ or an A- every single time. Mainly an A-. And make sure that you get a lot of stats in that game. A lot of stats, because when it comes to 99, it's based off of my career. It's based off of stats. So like I said, you don't want to have no crazy amount of fouls, no crazy amount of turnovers, but you want to have a lot of stats. So you want to have a high teammate grade, a lot of stats, but you want to limit your turnovers and fouls as much as possible, having the highest teammate grade possible. When it comes to playing park, rec, pro-am, anything like that, you want to make sure you're getting a win and also having as little bit of turnovers, fouls, and higher teammate grade as possible, and missing as little bit as possible, because park and all that other stuff is really more weighted on wins, and my career is more weighted on stats. But you still want to win those games too, but it's a lot easier to pretty much dictate if you're gonna win that. You can get sold at the park by your teammates and stuff like that, especially if you're playing on pro difficulty. Like, come on now. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be the best method and tips to hit 99 overall. All right, next is going to be the best badge suggestions to help you hit 99 overall as fast as possible. Again, these are just suggested badges, not necessarily badges you definitely have to have, but as you're gaining badge upgrades while you're going for 99, these are badges that can help you hit that a lot faster. One thing to do this method, you do want to be able to have contact dunks, but there's a lot of people that's going to be trying to get finishing badges that can't get contact dunks. So, like I said, you're either going to just be doing Euros, catching lobs, and stuff like that. It's a lot of different things you can do besides contact dunks. But if you want to be able to do everything I'm going over in this video, you're going to want to take advantage of the badges I'm telling you for when you actually earn badges. So the first badge we're going to talk about that's a suggested badge to pretty much put on is going to be Slithery Finisher. Like, when I had Contact Finisher, I was getting dunks, but I wasn't getting nearly as many contact dunks. I wasn't getting nearly as many total dunks as I was getting as soon as I put Slithery Finisher on. So Slithery Finisher, what I would tell you is it gives you the best animations possible. And it not only does that, but it makes your dunk, it feels like my dunk frequency went up a lot. As soon as I put it to bronze, I put it to silver, dunked way more. At Hall of Fame, you dunk it every time. Every time. It feels like the badge is broken, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. They might need to nerf this for next gen. I'm not gonna, if they coming back with this badge, they need to nerf it. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little overpowered. So yeah, Slithery Finisher, if you want to dunk at every single opportunity, I would put on Slithery Finisher. That's just something I would say to do. Next badge, I would say you want to go ahead, have on Relentless Finisher. Relentless Finisher is a big deal because when it comes to these games, when you start getting minutes, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be very important to have on a badge like Relentless Finisher. That's going to be pretty much helping you dunk, lay up, catch lobs, and make them, especially when fatigued. So any badge that has anything to do with fatigue, if you're trying to get these badges, you want to have that on. I'm going to just say that. Next is going to be Lob City Finisher. Lob City Finisher, very important badge to catch lobs. It's not only going to help you catch it through traffic, dunk it through traffic on lobs, but it's also going to give you faster animations and better catch animations and stuff like that. And it just makes your success rate a lot higher. So yeah, you want to put that on so that you don't have no mess ups, whether you're not catching it or you just get a turnover randomly or your dude just did some stupid shit for no reason. That's going to pretty much cancel that out. And last but not least, the last badge that you want to have when it comes to this, that's going to help you do one of the most important things is get contact dunks, is Contact Finisher. I can go into detail on what it does and what's the negatives, but the main thing that it does, supposedly from last year, I'm guessing that this is the same thing. I'm pretty sure it is. It might even be higher because the contact dunk success rate is way higher than last year. I'm going to go over this again tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, Contact Finisher is going to make you get contact dunks a lot more. So as soon as you put on the packages, that's 20%. You go up to bronze, Contact Finisher, that's 15%. That's going to be at 35% chance of getting a contact dunk. At silver, that's 50%. At gold, that's 65%. And at Hall of Fame, that's 80% chance of a contact dunk. That's not even counting if you have slasher takeover. That's probably like 100% chance of a contact dunk. I'm not going to lie at that point. But yeah, that's going to be the badges that you 1,000,000% are going to want. It's literally that simple. I can't make it any more simpler than that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those are the badges that you 100% want to have on in this game. Villainous Finisher, Lob City Finisher, Slithery Finisher, and Contact Finisher. You need all them finishing badges. It's that simple. Now, let me not say need. You don't need a single badge, because I was getting over 20K a game, and I wasn't even getting that many minutes. So if you specifically just go for finishing badges the entire time, because I was going for finishing and playmaking at the same time, if you do it smart, you're going to be able to get a lot of XP per game. Like I said, you want to be shooting limitless threes. So the more XP you get, it's going to be for limitless threes. So range extender is going to help you extend your range as much as possible, making it that much easier to shoot limitless threes. So obviously, range extender is going to be a very good badge to help you with this method. So yeah, it's going to be making it that much easier. Next badge, difficult shots. I said this earlier. If you want to be able to do more off dribbles, and you're going to get more XP for off the dribble threes, and you want to miss as little bit as possible because you're going to get more XP, you want to put on badges like difficult shots. Another badge, hot zone hunter. Hot zone hunter is going to make it that much easier to shoot in your hot zone. So if you're shooting a lot more threes, hot zone hunter is going to be making it a lot easier to shoot within your respective hot zones. Another badge is going to be tireless shooter. Tireless shooter is actually another important badge, because as you're getting tired in these games, it's going to be making it that much easier for you. Now, if you're simming at halftime, you're not going to necessarily need that, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to really be getting tired until like pretty much halfway through the third, and then at the end of the fourth, or maybe even just at the end of the second with like 2 minutes left if you're playing a lot. So that's really on you, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that one. But yeah, tireless shooter can really help. Another one, and last but not least, before I end off this joint, is going to be volume shooter. Volume shooter is a very, very good one, for especially my career, because in my career, you're not worried about teammates helping them get stuff and stuff like that and letting them contribute. You worry about you. You're trying to get yours. So as you get more and more, as you shoot more and more, the shot percentages, or the percentage of the shot going in as you keep shooting, is going to go up and up and up. So the more you shoot, the higher percentage of a shot going in. So that's going to be very important for something like this. So yeah, volume shooter is going to be a very good badge to go on with something like this. It's just that simple. The first badge suggestion I'm gonna say is Lob City Passer. This is not a badge you necessarily have to have, because when I was doing it, I wasn't going out my way to really max out Lob City Passer, because after I reached past silver, it actually felt like it was getting worse. So I just kept it at silver, but sometimes I didn't even have it on and it still was doing just fine. But when I was getting to gold and Hall of Fame, it was just being a little bit weird with like how they were not catching it, or they were just not making it anymore, or it was just making me do bad passes. It was just weird. I don't know what it was, but that's just my experience with it. The next one I'm gonna go over is Flashy Passer. That's gonna be pretty much helping you make more flashy passes at a more consistent rate, and it's also gonna be helping you get more takeovers. So it's gonna be helping you get faster and stuff like that, getting more attribute bonuses as you're doing flashy passes. Now, Lob City Passer, just like flashy passes, is going to be making it easier, but just in my experience, I would just tell you guys how it was for me. Flashy passes is another badge like that, but as you go higher, it's going to be making it that much easier to do flashy passes. Next is going to be Quick First Step. Quick First Step is going to be giving you the highest tier speed boost for whatever tier speed boost that you're supposed to have. So say for instance, there are tiers to everything. There's tiers to shooting, tiers to ball handle for momentums, and there's tiers to speed boosting. So speed boosting is based off your speed with ball. So if you're at the 86 plus speed with ball, you're gonna be at the highest tier of speed boosting. It's just that simple. I think 99 is a tier of its own too, where it's like incredibly faster than everything else. But with that being said, Quick First Step is gonna just make whatever tier you're at that as fast as possible. The highest, or the higher you have it at, whether it's at bronze, silver, or gold, it's just gonna keep going, getting faster and faster the higher tier you're at for the Quick First Step. Then last but not least is going to be Handles for Days. Handles for Days is very important, especially for my career, because what I will say is, when it comes to Handles for Days, stamina is a big issue in this game, especially when you're playing my career games, and you want to be able to limit that as much as possible. So with that being said, I would make sure I have that joint on so that you can cancel out the stamina issue. Alright, so hopping straight into it. First badge, Rebound Chaser. Rebound Chaser is going to be a very good badge to help you get snags and just get more rebounds in general. So if you're having problems getting Rebound Chaser as you're getting badges, put on Rebound Chaser. It's that simple. It's going to help you a lot. Next is going to be Pickpocket. Pickpocket is not only just going to help you get more poke ball loose, own ball steals, but it's also going to help you get a lot more bump steals. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to make that success rate a lot higher, even if you have a lower steal. Now, if you have a higher steal, your bump steal rate is going to be high already, automatically. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, as you go up and up and up with the pickpocket, it's gonna be making your ability to steal at an even higher rate. So yeah, pickpocket is another one, especially because you want to be able to get as many steals as possible. So yeah, then next for the passing lane steals, interceptor. This is gonna be helping you get more passing lane steals, catch the ball a lot more, get more tips, get farther lunges and stuff like that. So yeah, very important. So yeah, I would say interceptor, very important badge for this method. And all right, last but not least is going to be for the blocking. You're gonna go with chase down artists. Like I said, you're gonna get a lot of XP for chase downs. So if you get a lot of chase down blocks, you want to have on chase down artists, because this is actually a badge you actually probably have to have. You know what I'm saying? Because there's actually two of them, like chase down artists and rim protector. You probably actually have to add these because they both unlock animations that you just can't get without having it. So chase down artists is gonna really help you get a lot more chase down blocks, and you want to be able to get that because that's gonna get you a lot more XP than just a regular block. Next is going to be rim protector. That's not going to just be helping you on chase down blocks. That helps you on contesting the paint. So it's going to be enhancing chase down block badges like intimidator and stuff like that, but it's also going to be getting you the ability to get snatch blocks and other animations that unlocks even more animations and improves your ability to get blocks. And it's also going to be giving you and your teammates a bonus for your takeover. So yeah, rim protector is another good badge to help you get blocks. Next is going to be pogo stick, because pogo stick is a really good badge for when people get the board and they try to go back up, you can just jump right up with them. So pogo stick is going to help you get more shot contest on stuff like that, or even blocks. So that's pretty important in my opinion too. So yeah, but yeah man, that's gonna be pretty much the end of this video. I went over everything in this one video. I gave you guys the most important tip to be able to hit 95 and 99 as fast as possible. I gave you guys the best settings to hit 95 as fast as possible. Then I went over the best method for finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defensive to hit 95 as fast as possible. Then I gave you guys the best settings. I even gave you guys the best the best team practice facility tips, the best team practice facility drills. I gave you guys the best 99 settings. I gave you guys the best 99 method. I gave you guys the best badge suggestions to help you hit 99 way faster. I even went over all this again even more thoroughly in this video after I did it after the first week. So yeah man, for that alone, please go ahead, leave a like on this video. It helped this video go out to a lot more people. This video takes forever. I wish you guys knew how long these videos took, just so y'all could understand. Just like the video to support me anyway. That's all I ask. Subscribe if you're new. We on this road to 100K, so if you could hit that sub button, it would be much appreciated. Turn on post notifications to be the first to every single one of my videos, especially during banger week. You don't want to miss none of these videos. You're going to have an opportunity to get a free code for no reason. So yeah, man, just go ahead, turn on post notifications to help, you know what I'm saying, to be the first to all the videos. Share this video to anybody you think this will help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man. And I'm out doing, man.
Head in the clouds, walk through the city, they taking you out. Bitches be talking, they running their mouth. A bag in the back and a stick in the couch. You know what it's about. Had to cope with all the pain, so I'm about to die. Man, they say he going too fast.